full council meeting. First, I'm going to call for apologies. I'd like to give the apology myself for Councillor Anna Kirk. Like myself, 2 weeks ago at 1:06, my dad passed away and her granddad passed away yesterday. She was very close to her granddad, and she's down in Hastings with her family, sending her granddad on his final journey. So I'd like to offer Councillor Kirk's apologies and ask for a seconder, please. Seconded Councillor Hickling. And should be the only apology. Be no other apologies. All in favour?
Aye. Aye.
Apologies be accepted and received. We will now move to agenda item number 1, which is a presentation from the Lake Taupo District Sports Advisory Council on their activities and progress for the year 2010 finishing 2011. And I'd particularly like to welcome a familiar face here, Mr. Mark O'Callaghan, and our new Iron Woman, Mrs. Christine Belford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I said in the introductory letter, we appreciate the opportunity to present our annual report on the activities to the Council. We've always had great support from the Council in our activities. I've brought Christine along. She's one of my colleagues on the Sports Advisory Council. She's also well known to you as, apart from Iron Man, as the Sport Waikato District Coordinator. Just running through them. The sports scholarships, aquatic programs, everything's down there for you. I think perhaps if anybody's got any questions about anything, that would be the quickest way to get through it rather than me ramble on going through them. I will say one thing, there's a couple of additions there that I gave Ariel, she's handed out an up-to-date report on the aquatic programs which went to hand when we got our presentation in, and there's a copy of our registration form for the Tiny Blacks, so that'll give you a little bit of information about that. So if there are any questions that anybody has, first of all on the community sports funding, that is an amount of $40,000 which is provided by the Council and dispersed to sports bodies and sports people on their behalf by our organisation. We've got the committee members set out there, and there's also the list of the individuals and the clubs and groups that have benefited from those. They are also very grateful each year to have the support of Council through the Sports Advisory Council. Anything anybody wants to know about that?
Before I just open up for general questions, Christine, would you like to just give us any adorn us with anything? Other than, of course, you are an Iron Man.
Apart from all that, and lovely day. Just one thing I'd like to just perhaps tell you a little bit about, which is just in its infancy at the moment. The Kiwi Sport program, which the national government have rolled out and given a certain amount of money to regional sports trusts to be distributed through their region, and of course our region is district is covered by Sport Waikato. There is a community grant which Sport Waikato is looking at spending a certain amount of, about $65,000 over the next couple of years, putting into the Taupo District in the form of a position to be working with schools and clubs at grassroots level, and we're looking at the moment the position being contracted through Sports Advisory Council, so it'll be a partnership between Sport Waikato and Sports Advisory Council. So we're just at the moment working with schools and clubs to find out if this is a role they would like, which they have been, they've had a positive response to that, and So we're just sort of fine-tuning the money side of it and what that role will look like. So that's another person who will be on the ground working at that grassroots level for the community as a role that will hopefully get more children, 5 to 17-year-olds, into sport in our district. So that's something which we hope will roll out perhaps in the middle of the year.
Okay. Well, Tim, Councillor Craig?
Yeah, just like to say, Mark, you go back a long way, and well done with your continued input into the sports awards, and Christine, well done, and Christine's for the sports awards particularly. Is the 40,000? Can I just ask this? Is the 40,000 still worked out on a per head basis for every ratepayer in the district, or has the formula changed?
I think we're up to the stage now, Councillor, through the chair, that it is rolled over annually each year. In the past, well, in the early days, it was
Per head.
Done on a per head basis, but that hasn't been done for a while with because when the Hillary Commission went defunct and was taken over by, rolled into Spark, there was the Hillary Commission fund, which was also given out through the council, and when that ceased, the council increased the grant that was made through the Sports Advisory Council, which in those days was about 16,000, I think. They increased it to 40,000 to take up the slack left by the Hillary Commission. So we haven't looked at applying on a per head basis for a number of years. We know things are. We appreciate the fact that things are tight with the council spending, and we haven't asked to up that. When the council offers us for again, we could well do. Council, yes.
Thanks very much, and well done. And so now you've got a figure that you know you can deal with each year, which is far preferable, isn't it?
It is, because if we apply for it through the annual plan, then we don't know whether we've got it until just how much we're going to get. We've got an increase till just before. So, at the moment, yes, we've got it.
Thanks for that, Mark.
Councillor Hickland?
Yeah, I'd just like to comment on for some of the new councillors. As you can see, that 40,000, the way it's been distributed through all the different sports, the whole list is there. It's really interesting, the applications that we do get, and I think there is a good cross-section of our community that benefit by that 40,000, and I'm just speaking on behalf of the Sports Advisory Council that we would dearly like to keep that 40,000.
Councillor Dallard?
Yeah, I'd just like to endorse Councillor Craig, Mark. You're the chairman of the Sports Advisory, and I've had the pleasure to work with you over the last 3 years, and you're held in high esteem in the community. And I think a lot of these are a bunch of volunteers that come in and form this committee. And apart from the 40,000 that they get from the council to distribute, which the whole of it gets distributed out to our sports people and sports teams over the community, I'd like to just endorse all the work that you do outside that, the clubs that struggle and have problems in our community. The Sports Advisory Council is a place that they go to find that mediation or a shoulder to lean on to get advice. So I'd just like to say well done to you and your team, Mark.
Councillor Henderson?
Thanks for your presentation. I'm not particularly familiar with the activities of your organisation, so I'm coming to it a bit cold, but I have one question. Given that it is a district sport advisory council, if you look at page 1.5, there's a list of the individuals who are being given grants, and I'm not so sure about that. And then on page 1.6, there's clubs and groups, and then a few pages over, there's organisations that you've assisted. I was just curious, there seems to be quite an absence. In fact, I can't identify any, but there might be some individuals who are from the southern end of the lake that have been assisted by your organisation. My question really is, do they not approach you, or what's the story there?
Through the chair, Councillor, 2 Turangi have their own sports fund.
Right.
They are eligible for the sports awards. Some of our scholarships go there. Those are our own scholarships that we give out from a fund that we raised during our tenure with the Cycle Challenge. We were partnership in the early stages of the Cycle Challenge. So that is the reason for this funding. Anything else, Turangi is certainly to see with the aquatic programs, which are run from the AC money that we gain from contact energy, a figure of 100,000. That has also started programs down in the Turangi, Turangi pools, which
Yep.
be beneficial to them.
Sorry, I did admit to mention that. That's great that you're doing that. The swimming program looks really good. I'm still not clear on where this other money comes from that goes down there, what fund that's in or how it's administered, or...
That's the money that's the council fund, and it is come down that end of the lake through the Tongariro Turangi.
Through the board, is it?
Community board.
Okay.
Sports
They apply to the community
time
board.
of the year where you'll have allocations.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
And so does Mangakino. Oh, ours is the other community grant, isn't it? Yeah. Sports grants. Councillor Minster?
I just have one question, Christine. The Sport Waikato position, is that they're making a long-term commitment?
At the moment, it will be for as long as the Kiwi Sport money. So there's an agreement that it's for 3 years, but a commitment for 2 at the moment in terms of that money coming from the government and through Spark to us. So we are hopeful that perhaps the schools will see the benefit of it and perhaps put some money to it themselves once they see the advantage of it, because each school receives a certain amount of money per student for Kiwi Sport program from the government. So we're hoping that it will show its advantage and they will love it and want to keep it going. But at the moment, it will be for the next couple of years. So we're just at that stage of negotiating with schools how we can make it work for them.
Okay, anything further from anybody? Okay, well, thank you very, very much, you both, for your presentation here. I know we're all very supportive of you and appreciative of what you do. So if we go back to the start of item number 1, there is a suggested resolution that the information presented by the Lake Taupo District Sports Advisory Council be received and that they are sincerely thanked for their presentation. I see I have a mover with Councillor Downard and seconded Councillor Craith. All those in favour? Aye. Thank you very, very much, and bon voyage and good luck for this year coming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
How are you doing, Iron Woman?
Councillors, for your interest.
No, I'm helping all the little newbies this year. First meeting tonight. I've already had several nervous people on the phone, wondering if they've bitten off more than they can chew.
Well,
as a non-runner, if I can do it, you can do it.
Good on you, Christine. Thank you very much. Mrs. Belford, my apologies.